McGregor's coming back, and we don't know when, but he's coming back. He said he wants to come back. UFC, Dana White said that there's big news between him and Chandler. Maybe it's them fighting each other, but I'm not sure because he kind of didn't say it like that. But I'm going to assume that it's they're fighting each other. So I'm going to break down what their card should look like coming up, either in December, January, or whenever they're going to fight, right? So they were supposed to fight in July, where Conor McGregor bowed out due to injury. I think he broke his toe or something like that. So their card was decent. I mean, you had Olberg versus Jamal Hill, which got scratched, to Roundtree, which got scratched, to Anthony Smith, which also got scratched, to Roma Dolidze versus Anthony Smith. So their card was decent. It wasn't the best, but I think I can put a decent card around Conor McGregor. And it always depends on what Conor McGregor you're going to get. Because if he's going to re-sign with the UFC, they're going to stack his card a little bit. They're going to help him out a little bit. Obviously, you're not going to put title fights on it, right? You're not going to put the Charles Oliveira's on it. The guys are getting paid a lot of money on it, right? Because you want to save those for the, let's be honest, the women fights. Because the women fights can't sell. So I'm going to put who I believe that Conor McGregor's undercards are going to be. And I'm going to go first with, obviously, you have to have an Irishman on there, right? So we're going to do Ian Gary. Why Ian Gary? Because he wanted to fight on the card last time. I think that this will help people get behind Ian Gary from Ireland, because I think there's a big disconnect right now because he trains in Brazil with Charles Oliveira's team, and I think there's a big disconnect, right? So I think this is fair where you put Ian Gary. He'll be the co-main event. You can put some light on him. And I think a good fight for him is JDM. Why JDM? Because this fight's going to be fun. You're going to have a boxer versus a kickboxer who can decently grapple, I guess, right? Because MVP got taken down. I don't know how. He's fought better wrestlers beforehand, and he got taken down by Ian Gary. But, MMA math doesn't work. MMA is weird. So JDM, I think this is going to be a good fight. This is a really, really good matchup for both of them, and I think they're 2 fights away from the title. Maybe they fight the winner of Brady Burns. I don't know if Burns will. I guess Burns already fought JDM, and Burns won't fight Ian Gary. So if Brady wins, I can see Brady fighting either of these two for the number 1 contenders welterweight fight after Shavkat gets it, right? So next, let's go to our featured fight, right? That's what it's called, right? I think. And we're going to go Yan Xiaonan. You can put her on this card. Yan Xiaonan, I think this is they need a female card on here. Let's be honest, why? Why do you need a female card on here? Because, let me just put the other person on here as well. You need a female on here. You need a female on here because it's going to get the time rolling, because you don't want to have finish before a Conor McGregor fight. You know why? Because they want to buy more pay-per-views. They want people to buy more pay-per-views, right? So that's why they did it. They did it in Mayweather fights. When there's a fight that finishes early, they make 30-40-minute delay in between the fights. You saw it in Riyadh season with Tyson Fury, and when he fought Ngannou, it was like an hour and a half delay. So they want more buys that they can get. Obviously, you need to put a fight here that will go 15 minutes, that you can count on going 15 minutes. And I think this fight can go 15 minutes here with Mackenzie Dern. And she has a good chin, and she's going to press the action while Yan Xiaonan, her takedown defense doesn't look good. It's a fun fight, striker versus grappler. And I think that's a really, really good fight to put. Who did I put here? Next. This is blue or red? This is red. Okay, red. Excuse me. Sorry. Where did I put it? MVP. Why MVP? MVP is from Paradigm, right? Paradigm is a management company of both Conor McGregor, MVP, Mackenzie Dern. They're going to want people on their cards. Obviously, Audi, the president of Paradigm, or whatever he is, the owner of it, he's a smart man, and he wants all his Paradigm guys to be on a Conor McGregor card so they get more eyeballs on him. And I think this fight MVP being here is a good fight to put. Obviously, if Ian Gary bows out or JDM bows out, you can run MVP up there. And I think this is a this is going to be a fun fight with who I have next with him. I think you put him with, where is it at? Let's put him with Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns probably going to lose this weekend. I'll be honest with you. I like Gilbert Burns. I think he's a really good fighter, but he's 38 years old. And people with 30 that are 38 at welterweight, it's not a, the hill is getting a little steeper, you know? So it's going to be hard for him. But I think this is a good fight. I think that MVP should showcase his quick twitch fighting style, his explosion, and I think he can get a knockout here. I think he'll be favored, especially if Burns does not look good against Sean Brady. And I think the winner of this fight will keep on going in the rankings, while the loser will not be shown the door, but be shown to be a gatekeeper and younger fighters coming up, right? The Moraleses of the world and the Mike Malots and whoever, right? So I think that's a good fight to be for. And you have to understand that there's a budget that UFC has for the fights, right? They have a budget as in like how many of the salaries. And right now, if you really think about it, Ian Gary's salary is not that much. JDM's salary is not that much. MVP is. Gilbert Burns is average. Mackenzie Dern's is decent. Yan Zhang's not. So this, you have to keep it low. You have to keep, because remember, McGregor, when he fought Cerrone, I think his co-main, or maybe when he fought Poirier 3, his co-main was Holly Holm, you know, or something like that. Something insane. So that's what I would put it. Next. Is this next? Next. We're going to do, this will be the replacement of either if Conor McGregor bows out or if Michael Chandler bows out. You have to put Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker should be the replacement. I think this is a fair replacement for him. I think that Dan Hooker has shown that he's back to winning ways. I think he's shown another level in his fight. I did not think he beat Gamrot, though. I'll be honest. I do not think he won that fight, but he got it done. And you can't fault him for that. It's not his fault. Blame the judges. So I think Dan Hooker being here is, as the opener to the main card, you get a good fight right away. And honestly, I did say Oliveira. You're not going to put Oliveira on there. But fuck it. Yes, I am putting Oliveira right there. You have to do this fight. You have to do this fight. You either do him versus Gaethje, but I don't think that you want Ali Abdelaziz all on this card, right? You already have him, I guess, with Gilbert Burns, but like you don't want Gaethje and McGregor going at it and stuff like that, because you just don't want that, right? So let's put him there. Let's put these two to open up the main card. And right now, this card is pretty stacked, and this is obviously if Conor McGregor resigns, because if he doesn't resign, you're gonna see the Myro Bueno Silvas and Macy Chiassons on his cards. You know, you're gonna see those people that are higher ranked but not as big as names that won't sell. Just so then Conor McGregor just so then the UFC will have a leverage over Conor McGregor, like, hey, your UFC buys didn't do that great this time. You're 3 years off, blah blah blah. So you want to put a decent card around him if they re-sign to a 4 or 5 fight deal and he seems invested into the sport again, right? So this is where I would do it. Next, let's go to, who did I put? I think I put Kai Kara France. That will be the featured prelim, the last fight of the prelims. And why not? You had Dan Hooker there with Eugene Berriman. Might as well get another CKB guy right there, City Kickboxing, right? You get another one of these guys, and you get him facing against the person that he was getting dropped double F with, Manel Cap. You get Manel Cap on here, right? You get Manel Cap. That's a good fight right here. That's a good fight. Probably going to go to decision. Good fight, though. Manel Cap's a striker. Kai Kara France is a striker. They don't like each other. Put him on here. Why not? Dan Hooker's already going to be there. So then you're going to have a teammate there with you. And I think this is a good... This so far is a really good card. 800,000 million pay-per-view buys, right? Next. I don't know if I have these in order, but let's just go with, again, you're going to travel all the way to Las Vegas, presumably, to fight. And we're going to do another guy that's has affiliated with Conor McGregor is Brad Katona. You could have put Gunnar Nelson, but I haven't seen him fight in a while, and I think his last fight was Brian Barberina. But you haven't seen him fight in a while, and he doesn't even train at SBG anymore. I think he trains at his own gym in Iceland. So you're gonna do an SBG guy in Brad Katona, and I think his fight should be against Muin Gafarov. Muin Gafarov. I mean, this guy has a hairy back. I guess just one patch of hair. I don't know. It's weird. But this is a good fight card right now because these two guys love to grapple. They love to nut hug. They love to freaking sniff crotch. But then when you get two crotch sniffers, what do you get? A striking fight. And Brad Katona can scrap. And Muin Gafarov can scrap. So this is about to be a good fight. This is going to be an underrated fight. I think that not a lot of takedowns will be shown. And I think this is a good fight. So next, we're going to do, so now you need to put obviously in every Conor McGregor card, you need a prospect, right? You need a prospect, and we're putting the prospect on here, right? Because Peyton Talbot's a prospect. Even though he is a little fruity, he's a prospect. And he's exciting, and I like his fighting style. You put him against somebody higher in the rankings than Yanis Gamori. I guess he was in no rankings. So you have to put him against Raoni Barcelos, everybody's favorite gatekeeper in the UFC. He gatekeeps the gatekeepers. That's how good he is. You know, everybody says he's so tough. He's so tough. He's this and that. I think he trains with Jose Aldo's old team or team. So he got locked out by Umar. He's lost to Victor Henry or something like that. I don't know who he fought last. He fought some another Quinones guy, right? The other brother, Caneda, whatever his name is. Anyways, Raoni Barcelos is gonna fight here. He's probably gonna get knocked out, but this is a good fight for Peyton Talbot to get his feet wet in the UFC with a UFC veteran. And I think that you need to have a prospect on here. You need to put multiple prospects on here to show that the UFC is growing, and it's just not the stars of Alex Pereira, Adesanya's, Connors. You want more to it, and you need to bolster your roster and put him in a big pay-per-view. Obviously not on the main card because he's not that ready yet. But you put him on your prelims and let him showcase with a lot of eyes, and that's what you do. So next, let's go with, I think I have another prospect, Oban Elliott. Oban Elliott's from the UK, I'm guessing, right? He's over there. I think he fought at Cage Warriors. Oban Elliott's a good fighter. He's a really, really good fighter, and you need to put him here. You get that little English, Irish love, right? And you're going to put him against Uros Medic. This is going to be a great fight. This will be a great fight, I'm telling you. This is going to be a great fight. Why is it going to be a great fight? Uros Medic is a really, really talented kickboxer. He was cutting himself going to 155. His chin was weak. His will to win was weak. And now at 170, he's a killer. He's an absolute killer. Oban Elliott's a decent killer, right? I mean, he just pit and pats, but he's a prospect, and Uros Medic will go at him and attack him, and I like this fight. I like this matchup a lot. Next, let's do, again, we need another prospect. Irish girl, Shauna Bannon. She's not good. She's terrible. She throws like the same 3 combos every time. I don't rate her high. But you need to give her somebody that she could possibly win. Trust me, I scrolled the Tapology. For 15 minutes. Like, who the hell can this girl fight? And I think you need to give her not a great test, but a decent test, right? You have to give her Jinyu Fry. And Jinyu Fry is on a losing streak right now. She's a little older. And I think this will test where Sean O'Bannon's at. I think she'll possibly lose this fight. Maybe be like a plus 150 dog. But I think she'll lose this fight, but I think this is a good fight where you get three and an adopted fourth with Brad Katona, Irish fighters on here. You get Oban Elliott with that Europe flavor, Medic with the Europe flavor. You know, this is a good fight. This is a good fight card, and I think that this is the right fight card for Conor McGregor if he resigns. Because if not, he's gonna get shit, and everybody knows that, and they're gonna say, "Hey, your UFC pay-per-view didn't sell well, so how are we gonna sign you to for $20 million a fight or whatever it is, right?" So this is my card I have for Conor McGregor. Hope you guys enjoy. Sorry if I stuttered a lot. Please like and subscribe. Thank you guys.